Okay, next thing we're going to get into is Bear Vault. This is my preferred brand. When I go backpacking, I have a couple different sizes Bear Vault in my garage. You can get away with just having one size, but I like to match the size I'm using to the trip I'm taking. A lot of areas you'll hike through that have a lot of bear problems will require a bear canister. It doesn't mean it has to be Bear Vault. That's just the brand I like. But for example, when I did the John Muir Trail, I did need to carry a Bear Vault the entire way. So these are the ones that I like. And for me, I kind of base it, like I was just saying, on how long my trip is going to be because they are heavy. So if I can get away with using a small one like this one, the 425, I'm going to try to use that just so that I make sure that I'm not carrying extra weight where I don't need to. Even this, it only holds 5 liters, but it's 1 pound and 12 ounces. It's better than having a bear come into camp. If I'm in grizzly territory, I am 1,000% carrying one of these. I'm putting all of my food, all of my scented items into it. One size bigger than this is the Bear Vault 450. This one, if we go down, okay, so this one is 7.2 liters, so it's 2.2 liters bigger than the one before. But with that comes weight. It weighs 2 pounds and 1.6 ounces. Again, they're not light, and that's just something that you've got to accept when you're going to use a Bear Vault or any type of bear storage container. This is the one that I carried on the PCT. It's the Bear Vault 5000. This is the biggest one you're going to find for Bear Vault's products. It's great if you're going to be doing like 5-day stretches, longer than that, because you can really fit all your food and scented items in here without needing to worry too much about space. I know on the Pacific Crest Trail, when people go through the Sierra and they do some of those longer trips, like 10-day carries, they are usually carrying these, and even then you have to stuff it full. It weighs 2 pounds and 8 ounces, so it's the heaviest of them all, but it does hold 11.5 liters. Finally, if I'm going through anywhere with grizzly bears, like when I'm going to be on the Grand Tetons Trail, you will not catch me without bear spray. And if you don't already have a can and you're planning on going into an area with grizzly bears, this is a great option. It's on sale. It's 25% off. Okay, let's move into dogs. So this is the Grip Tex Booties. I am a huge rough wear fan. I have a lot of rough wear stuff for Harper. She is my Australian Shepherd. She has done close to 200 miles of backpacking. She's done a 75-mile stretch on the Colorado Trail. She did 76 miles on the Foothill Trail, and she's done a bunch of small stuff too. I got her these exact booties for the Colorado Trail because I knew there was going to be a lot of rocky areas she was going over, and I didn't want all those little rocks and the scree fields and all of that to hurt her little pawsies. So I got her these. I think it's kind of silly that they come in a 2-pack because dogs have 4 feet. So I did get 2 of them. They're 25% off at the moment. And one thing I will say is they aren't really worth putting on if the ground is going to be flat. Like if you're going through forest, if you're going through some nice padded down trail, I wouldn't put these on her. But if I'm going over something where it's going to be continuously rocky and hot, I don't want her to get little burns on her feet. I don't want her paws getting scraped up. I'm going to put these on to make sure that she is enjoying the hike because, you know, that's important. So for car camping, I have this on my might buy list. The reason I don't have it yet is because I have cut costs when it comes to a hitching system for Harper. So what I'll do is I'll tie a paracord from tree to tree, and then I'll just hook her leash on it with a carabiner. It comes in a nice case too, which is nice. I just have a paracord in a bag that sits in my garage. But if you're trying to cut costs somewhere, this is somewhere you could easily use a paracord and get away with it instead. Going into packs, I put a couple of options by Roughwear that are on sale depending on what kind of harness you need. This one is obviously just a harness. I find them really comfortable. Not me personally, I don't wear them, but Harper doesn't complain when she's in them. Not that she could talk, but you know, you can tell when a dog's not happy. So you get the point with that. So this is the Front Range dog harness, literally just a harness. Next up, we're going to go into something that can carry a little bit of stuff. You want to make sure you're not weighing down your dog. That is highly important. I usually carry most of Harper's food for her, and I'll let her carry a little bit, but I really don't want her having a lot of weight on her back. This one's great for day hiking because it's got some small pockets, but she's not being weighed down with big flaps if we're only going out for a day. This one's also on sale. This one, again, is just slightly bigger. So maybe you're going out for a night or two and you don't need that much stuff, and you want to split the weight with her, but this you can put a little bit more in than the ones prior. This one I don't have. I just think it's a good size because I do get frustrated when I use Harper's pack and it's just so much space and she doesn't need it. So I think this is cool if you're not doing, you know, trips that are more than 2 days. Okay, and this is the pack I have for Harper that we take when we're going on 5-day stretches. This is the Palisade pack. I love this. It is great. I love that the pack itself can come off of the harness, so you can take off the pack without taking off the harness. And whenever we take breaks throughout the day, that is what I do, because I like to be able to take the weight off her whenever I can. Comes with a cute little water bottle if you want to keep her water separate, and there's plenty of space in these pockets. I wouldn't recommend weighing your dog down because, again, you don't want to cause them injury, but there is a lot of room in here. So if you are doing longer trips and you do need more room, this is the one that I highly recommend. It is what we use on pretty much everything. In terms of Roughwear, I just don't think you can go wrong. I'm not sponsored by Roughwear or anything. I just love their stuff. So I'm just right here showing you all the different things that they have, all the nice options. And when I'm linking in the description, I am going to put a link to this so that if you are a dog person and you want to click through and you want to find something that would work best for your dog, you could see all their products and you could see what kind of, discounts they're on at the moment. Ooh, and while we're here, let's get into something I would not get. This is something that I have purchased, that I have used, and I can firsthand say that this is something that I regret buying, and had I known better, I would not have bought this the first time. So if you are a dog person and you are thinking about getting your dog the booties that we went over in the beginning, something that a lot of people will also pair with the booties is a pair of socks for the dogs. And the reason why they do that is so that the booties don't rub on the dog's feet. There's a little bit of, think about it. Why do we wear socks with shoes, right? It's just more comfortable. So that methodology applied to dogs, and you've got these dog socks. The reason I would not get these again, and the reason I regret getting them, is for socks, they're not like the cheapest pair, and you can get cheaper socks. So the best advice that I got when I was first putting this kit together for Harper is to buy baby socks, like actual human baby socks. If you go to the baby section of Target, any store, a lot of the socks will fit the same way that these ones do, and they're a fraction of the price. So we will take baby socks instead of these whenever we go out and we plan on using the booties. We can bring several pairs. We don't have to pay this price tag. If any get wet, I have another pair to swap them out with. And I think if you're going to get more than one pair of socks at this price point, it feels a little silly. So I would save your money on this. Don't get these socks. Go to Target, go to Walmart, go to wherever you go. Get baby socks instead. Works exactly the same. Okay, these are the Zero Cloud sandals. These ones I got for the PCT, and I learned some valuable lessons with them. As camp shoes, they're great. They weigh 8.8 ounces. You put them on your feet when you get to camp so you can get your feet out of your sneakers, cook your dinner, go in your tent, go to bed. Perfect. What I would not do with these is hike in them. I did several miles on the PCT in them, and I got blood blisters on both of my heels. So they are just so thin, which is perfect for a camp shoe. But when it comes to a shoe that you're actually walking in for more than, from here to where I'm cooking, back to my tent, back to the bathroom, whatever it might be, if you're going to be hiking mile on mile on mile, don't wear these. It is just silly. That being said, again, they only weigh 8.8 ounces, so if I'm going to carry a camp shoe and I want a sandal as a camp shoe, these are the ones I'm going to bring. They pack down super small too. Okay, this is the REI Flash 18 pack. The one I have is not a print, it's just a black color. I don't see that on here, but this one's 30% off. I think having a day pack is great if you're just going on a short hike. Not everything needs to be super intense, ultralight backpacking gear. I think the REI day pack is super simple if you're just going on a quick hike. So that's something that I would recommend. I actually can't find mine at the moment. We moved and I lost it in the move, and I'm really frustrated about that because I loved that pack. It was the perfect size to just go out on a quick day hike and come back and not have to worry about putting miles on some of my long distance hiking gear when I'm not long distance hiking. I like to keep that stuff kind of saved for those hikes and use other stuff if it's just a day hike, and I found that this is perfect for day hiking. Platypus water bottles. These are what I carried on the PCT in addition to the smart water bottles I carried in the desert section where I needed to be able to have the ability to add water if I was going through a dry stretch. I think the longest we went from water source to water source was 42 miles. So having 2 or 3 of these rolled up in my pack were perfect for those stretches where I really did need to carry as much water as I could. These are the lightest of the water bags that I could find. They were durable. I never had one break on me. They weigh 1.3 ounces. That's literally nothing. Tents. Okay, so I carry a trekking pole tent. So this is not a tent that I own, but the reason I included this is if I was trying to get a freestanding tent, aka it does not need my trekking poles to stand up, this would be what I would get. The Fly Creek always comes in as one of the top recommended tents for long distance hiking on all of the surveys I've checked out. The Trek does a really good through hiker survey where they poll hikers every year on what they've used. And I've hiked with people that have used the Fly Creek, and it's really cool seeing them be able to just pick up the tent and shake it out, which is one thing I'm always jealous about when I'm in a trekking pole tent. One thing to notice with this is it is a front entry, so you are going in kind of where your head goes to enter it. So some people don't like that because then your feet are getting on your stuff, and it's a little easier to get your things dirty than if you were going in a side door. But the Fly Creek is a really, really great tent for the weight and the price. Right now it's 30% off. Packaged weight is 2 pounds, but the minimum trail weight, if you're ditching the bits and bobs, is only 1 pound and 11 ounces. So for a freestanding tent, that's pretty incredible. And that does it. So again, I hope this helps. With over 10,000 items on sale, obviously it can be really, really overwhelming to sort through it all. So I went through as much as I could before my head started to hurt. It was several hours that I clicked through page after page to pick my favorites, and I hope it's helpful. Yeah. So thanks for watching, and bye.